What is going on, beautiful people? Thank you so much for being here. If you are here, it's not by accident because there are no accidents in life. Please like, subscribe, even comment to help this brand new channel and also myself grow. I assure you it costs you nothing, but it's priceless to me. With that being said, thank you so much for your time and your support because it really is everything. With that also being shared, I am a Reiki master, and I am saying anybody watching, all you have to say is, I allow myself to receive Reiki from this channel right now. That's all. You're going to receive just a little Reiki healing as I do this reading. But anyways, so I was called to do this message, and I actually tried to do it yesterday, but I've been having a lot of technology issues, I suppose. Like, I'll be recording, and then when I'm ready to upload, it won't upload. So there's been a lot of interference. So I don't know if I've got a good message for you or what is being blocked, or I don't know. But anyways, I have just been receiving this message for some of you in the collective that it's someone that is just like really ready for change. At the time of this message or reading, tomorrow is actually the new moon in it's December 19th tomorrow, 2025, but this reading will be timeless. But with all of the energies going on and just what I'm feeling and the symbology and everything that I'm feeling, I just feel like there's some good nuggets in this that I was, channeling and downloaded. And yeah. So I've been getting this message for somebody, or probably a lot of you, that are ready for change, and this change has to do with endings and new beginnings, but like a removal of stagnancy, and also stepping into maybe your purpose, or just finally seeing the results of what you've been working towards, what you've been manifesting, what you've been praying for. This is just for some people out there that either you need new results, you're sick of the old, maybe you're trying to tap in for some, you have new year resolution plans. Well, this message is for you, because with this new moon tomorrow, new moons are perfect for setting intentions and new beginnings, of course. But what makes this new moon, even more brilliant and important is the energies that it does possess, but also the timing and alignment of it all. Because right now it's Sagittarius season, and that's all about this expansion and freedom seeking and passion and desires and seeking out that change. And then we're going to be coming into, that Capricornian energy that's very determined and ambitious and resilient. And anybody that knows anything about manifesting, when you're able to have those desires and that, that passion, but then when you pair it with ambition, with the determination, but also that focused energy, that's when you can really yield major results. And anybody that knows me knows that I love me a good metaphor, and Sagittarius is the archer. And I think you can really compare manifesting to shooting a bow and arrow, if you really think about it, because just like with shooting a bow and arrow, you have to set your sights in direction on what it is you're aiming for. What is your goal? Like manifesting. What is it? Where are you going? What are you shooting, and why? And then what do? You do the necessary preparation. You find the visual or the visualization of where you're heading and what you need to do. And you raise your arm and your bow, and then what? You pull back the arrow and the bow, and that creates tension. But in manifestation terms, I'm saying that is the necessary energy behind it. And then what do? You surrender, or you let go of that bow and arrow, and you keep that vision of that bullseye, but then you trust the process and you turn it over. And just like manifesting, that's what you do is you think, like, right now it's time to think big. This is for people that it's time to think big. And in numerology, we're getting ready to start a 1 year, which is all about new beginnings. And it's 9 years that we go around this. And I think that this is very important, that, maybe shit might be crazy in the world, but there is no better time, like, from what I am feeling in this, like, inner stillness and power, that it's time that you can create the change and the peace or the discipline in your own life, regardless of what is going on around you. And I think that right now it's very important to tap into this. So that's why I feel like you were intuitively guided here, because you're meant for a new direction. You can feel it. I can tell that you can feel it. And it's this steady yearning, and it's just, you're ready. You're so ready for it. And excuse me, I'm going to drink some water. Excuse me. So on top of that, before I pull cards and everything to tap in more, I have been getting very, ironically, like, Artemis goddess vibes too, which then there's another synchronicity with just, the Sagittarian energy with the archery. She is the huntress. She has that bow, that arrow, and we are in that time. And even yesterday morning, I drove past this new building being built. It's under construction, but on it there's a sign, and it had Artemis on it. And it was just like, oh, okay, well, if that's not synchronistic, then I don't know what is, because yeah, that's what's coming. Like, this is being built, but the structure's there, the frame has been there, the laying of a strong foundation is there, and it's ready to be filled. So what is it that you are manifesting, or what are you trying to bring in? It's just very symbolic to me. And I think that with this particular new moon tomorrow, especially, and her being the twin, which she represents this wild freedom and truth seeking and independence, and like a devotion towards yourself, and rejecting even limitation of society, which actually goes right back into what I was just saying. Like, the world could be a complete shit show around you, but it doesn't have to be a shit show in your personal life too. And this is somebody that's really stepping up. Maybe you are somebody that has your own philosophy. Maybe you are finally done with being told how to think, how to act, how to be, and you're stepping into your genuine, authentic, sovereign self. After this is, for a lot of you, I feel, who are drawn to this reading, it's because you've done the work, you've been working on yourself, and it's not like you're starting brand new, brand old. Like, you're just ready for another chapter in your life. And right now, like, this is the universe saying, like, it is time, baby doll, it is time. So anyways, I just think it's ironic with the Artemis, this moon goddess, and on top of it, on another synchronistic thing that I recently learned that in Greece, even with Artemis, with her being tied with the moon, for birthdays, well, they would pay tribute to her by birthday cakes in the shape of the moon with the cake, and then they would light candles to adorn the divine light within her. And then they would, obviously, we know the gig, you blow them out because you're making a wish. And to me, this is just so symbolic with this energy that it's all about manifesting. So it's time, you know, it maybe it is your birthday soon, or maybe it's coming, I don't know, but it's time to, light some candles, set some intentions, especially with this new moon, and make those wishes. And it's time to make them come true. God helps those who help themselves. And this isn't for people that are in that victim mindset or anything. Like, I feel like this is probably somebody that's been at it a while. Maybe you've been knocking on the same door for a long time and nothing's opening, but I feel like this is for somebody where doors are going to be beginning to open. I feel like this is for somebody that is wrapping up, a very karmic cycle in your life. This could even be past life, or it could just be things that you had to wrap up in your life to set you free. I feel like this is for people that are stripping themselves of things that just don't serve them, whether, I say pick your noun, person, place, thing, whatever it is, whatever's not serving you, get rid of whatever that noun is, because right now is prime time. And yeah, you might want to, we still have, for a lot of people, we still have the holidays and we want to overindulge and enjoy ourselves. And I know with New Year's resolutions, even, it's like, well, I want to get healthy. But here's the thing, like, now is the time to set this manifestation and let it really, set and marinate in that subconscious mind and get it going. Because this energy, I really feel like this energy is going to, like a bow and arrow, shoot you forward for at least the next 6 months. And for some of you, it might even be the beginning of a brand new 9-year cycle in your life. That's not for all of you, but I do feel like that is for some of you from what I'm picking up. And back to the whole Artemis and birthday thing with the candles, with this new moon energy, this might be your sign. Get some candles. And mind you, even if you're hearing this message or you were guided to this message a year from when this is being recorded, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is have the proper intention. We're very powerful, more powerful than we give ourselves credit for, and we're constantly co-creating with our reality and those we're with, even those that we aren't with. But anyways, maybe this is your sign. Get some candles, get some birthday candles, and make some wishes for this next year and really hone in on this energy and take advantage of it. Even for those of you that don't know, and I'm not saying candle magic, but there is something very true with color frequency and purposes and healing and intentions and just energy in general. So, maybe if you're seeking new beginnings, for some of you, maybe you want to get a white candles for a new slate. Maybe if you're looking for spiritual expansion or your purpose or a higher vision, grab purple, or blue if you're looking for like a calm confidence, gold, yellow for like optimism, expansion, success, that willpower, that solar plexus energy even. Or you can get green, that's for like abundance, that's for prosperity, for just whatever you're called for. And I think that maybe this is your message to grab a candle, grab a notebook, and really sit down with yourself and really get clear on what you want for 2026. And I always think that New Year's resolutions are so cliche or whatever, and I think that you don't need the new year to get healthy, or you don't need it to make your life better or make the right decisions for yourself. But I will say, and I think people are responsible for doing that at any time that they feel deemed, but Capricorn energy is great for this. So even though the real new year is really Aries season, but I digress there. But anyway, so this is important, this is the time to think big, and also go back and think about what you have been allowing in your life that was not working. I think that a lot of us, if you want to see where you need to go, think of what's not been working or what major themes have been holding you back, or keeping you or just repeating, because often it's that inverse relationship to whatever that theme is that is your ticket out of there or your ticket forward. You know what I mean? So this message, it's all about, get very clear on your vision and then keep that vision and trust the process. And you have to trust it with full faith, because you see, when we're manifesting, that moment you hold too tightly to the outcome, that's when you're pushing it away. That's basic energy dynamics 101, like a magnet even. So it's like you have to have this very conscious awareness when you're trying to manifest, that as soon as you realize that you are controlling or you have too much pressure on this outcome or whatever it is you are seeking, you have to let it go and you have to surrender it and trust that it's being done. And then once you let go of that control or desire, you have to use your conscious awareness to go back or get that back again and want it all over again. But yeah, and this is such an important message for some of you out there. A lot of people that try to manifest new things in their life, don't speak on it. Be careful, be very selective who you share your stuff with. I mean, I struggled myself with this for so long, and I probably still do, because it's hard when you're excited about something, or if you want to share that optimism or whatever with people. But the thing is that this isn't for all of you, but we'll be real here. Most people want to see you do well, but a lot of people, they don't want to see you do better than you, and that's just the honest truth. Or better than them, I'm so sorry. People want to see you do well, but they often do not want to see you do better than them. And there is a thing that when you speak on what you're trying to bring into fruition in your life, you have to understand too that there's a strict energy dynamic where when you speak it out loud, the universe is hearing that it's already been done. So you don't really want to shoot yourself in the foot here with that bow and arrow, so to speak. That was stupid. But there's that Bible verse. What is it? I hate people that just are shooting off Bible verses and chapters versus lines, whatever. It's whatever. I think it's Matthew or something, but he's talking about it's about doing things in silence, and doing things in private. And this could be fasting even, but I'm speaking specifically in manifesting. It's like, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that whatever it is you're doing is in secret, because what's done in secret, your Father will reward you. And that's not speaking of the literal Father. I mean, it can and it is, but it's also speaking of, the manifestation within that, the pineal and the pituitary. And I'm not going to go into this and all of that and the science behind it, but there's a reason that it says your Father who sees what you're doing in secret will reward you. So it's to not speak on it, because one, you don't want other people's energies going in the same direction as it and potentially, pulling the whatever out on it. And you also don't want the universe to hear it's already been done, right? So that's why, even for me, I know a lot of people think that I'm very, I don't want to say mysterious or secretive, but I do know that a lot of people, I hate small talk. I freaking hate small talk, because it's I don't want to talk about what it is I am and I am not doing. And there's specifics, because and I know this is for some of you, if you can think back in your life, I'm sure you can find patterns and see that the things that you have shared, they fall through. So anytime that there is something very precious to me or sacred or whatever, it's not that I'm keeping it a secret in a malicious sense. It's because it means something to me and I don't want it tampered with. And I want, I want all my focus, all my dreams, all my energy being directed into it. And I mean, I would like to believe that most people are inherently good, but you know, a lot of people like you to stay the version that they know you of. You know, but anyway, so I didn't think I was going to be talking this long about it. I can pull some cards just to kind of focus and see maybe what is coming, what's blocking, and maybe just see who this really is for. But I really do feel like this is for like a baddie out there. Like, I feel like this is somebody that is dedicated, you're a hard worker, you've been through it, and I think that it's your time. It is your time to finally see those results. I really feel like it for whoever is tapped in. And I hope if you are receiving this Reiki that I am also sending, I hope that it can be used as, you know, helping you clean a clean slate, you know. Sorry. Excuse me. And I just got a message there is someone that there's some sort of tie or relationship that maybe it's painful that you have to end, but you know that maybe it can't go forward with you, or maybe that there is somebody still in the past that you're just tied to, that maybe an egg cleanse or a cord cutting would suffice. You know, you can call on Archangel Michael. He is my man. I love him. But yeah, anyways, love just ancestors. What is coming towards the collective? Restriction. I love this, actually. So we've got Eight of Swords, Emperor, and Justice so far. And what? Clarify this Eight of Swords. What is this block and restriction that they gotta let go of? Please, Spirit. Okay, Wands, pressure. Alright, so there's challenges. You know, not sometimes... I just felt one of your guys' energies and it gave me a chills. That was beautiful. Anyways, I am seeing that this is for somebody. There's these restrictions, and if you believe that you are stuck, you're stuck. But if you believe where there is a will and there is a way, where there is a will, there is a way. So this is for somebody out there, like there has been restrictions, and I feel like not only are these just mental restrictions, I do feel for some of you like you're in a pretty shitty position. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I do feel like this has to do with like ties to the past. This could be, I see Aries, I see this could be with Aries, fire sign, maybe even a Libra, getting Aquarius for some. But what I'm seeing is that you are coming into, this Emperor energy. This could be, you could be dealing with a masculine in your life that has made you feel like you're stuck maybe. Or this is also talking about this energy coming towards you that's getting you out of this restrictive energy where you see he's the Emperor. He's not taking any shit. He has his own empire. And you know how he has his empire? It's because he speaks his mind, he speaks his truth, and he cuts through the bullshit, but also he's structured, he's disciplined, and he speaks with authority. So you gotta believe in what you're saying, you know? There's a thing, like you can fake it till you make it, and you walk that walk and talk that talk, and it really does happen. It's all about finding that balance. So yeah, there is balance, and this is gonna be karma being settled for you too. Some of you, I feel like there's going to be a difficult conversation you have to have with somebody. This could be a masculine, this could be a fire sign for some of you, not all of you, but Some of you are going to have a hard conversation with someone, I'm feeling soon. And I'm feeling that once you do, it's going to be liberating. And I think that you're also going to be able to learn something pretty profound about yourself in this process. And I'm seeing these two pillars. You know, there's two pillars, even in Kabbalah. There's these two pillars, and you're in the middle, and it's take that middle path. And I know normally this is what I say for temperance, but these pillars are really sticking out. That's for some of you. If you know, you know, I guess what I was trying to say in that regard. But I do feel like this energy you have to, this isn't a time to be impulsive. This isn't a time to, you know, full steam ahead. This is being carefully crafted is what I'm getting. And I'm getting that this fire within you, and I know Capricorn season is what we're coming into, and that's earth, and it's stable, and it's methodical, and it's practical. But what I'm seeing is that what's happening is that there's going to be this perfect pairing for you where this fire is going to be reignited in you. But you can't be, I don't want to say stupid with it. You have to be responsible with this fire too, because you don't want to trip over your own feet here, okay? Like literally. For some of you, take this as a sign. I'm seeing cardinals, maybe bluebirds. I don't know if that's symbolic for some of you, but I'm seeing birds, and I'm getting the sense of you wanting to just run free and be free. Maybe you want to feel free like a bird with your responsibilities. Maybe you're seeking financial freedom. Maybe you want your heart space back. Maybe you want love without pain, you know? Maybe, who knows? But what is being shown here is that you're ultimately coming into a place of balance. And remember, what you put out into the universe, you get back. You might not be able to tally when or know exactly, well, I did this for person on June 7th. Somebody's birthday may be June 7th or 8th, but I'm just saying, but I did this for this person in this year in 1995. I did this, so I should be expecting this in return. It's not like that. And don't be a tit for tat person. It's horrible. You know, you shouldn't be with somebody you have to walk on eggshells with. That's for some of you. And, you know, people that you are in contact with, whether it's love, whether it's work, whether it's whatever, it should be a reciprocated energy. I tell clients all the time, you know, think of like this relationship as if you are playing tennis. Don't hit that ball to them until it is hit to you, and you have that perfect back and forth game. That's a really silly analogy, but it's so true. Like, quit hitting the ball. They're not hitting the ball back to you. It's unfair. You're burning yourself out. And this is not the time to be burning yourself out, because guess what, beautiful? You've got like really beautiful big things trying to happen for you. Remember, this is a 1 year ahead. So yeah, let's see, what's some messages about abundance? Like, how can we hone this in more? All right, for some of you, let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, I dropped that one. Okay, those of you trying to bring in money, release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. That's so true, you know. Money is an energy, and just like the law of attraction, you are in alignment with it. So whatever you believe about money, that's how it's going to be coming back to you. And maybe that's what this balance is all about. You know, you feel pressure, you feel fear, you feel stressed out about it. What you're doing is you are sending out a lack mentality So just trust. I mean, you can do positive affirmations even. You can say, money flows freely to me. And you can use the 3-6-9 method even. You can do that. You could say that or write it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times in the evening. Just say, money flows freely to me. Or there is so much love in my life. Or, just positive affirmations where you can really start to retune, refine, and reteach that subconscious mind, because it is your subconscious mind that determines everything. You know what I mean? We'll do one more message here for abundance. What does the collective need to hear about their abundance for 2026? I liked that, but I still don't feel like I'm completed here. And this one, the one that did come out, this was quiet retreat, which I guess goes back to that message that I was picking up about being quiet and silent, about not sharing it, or being careful who you share with. And it's okay to share your wins with people and to let people know what you are doing, of course. But also maybe not knowing the ins and outs, or at least waiting till there's a certain percentage of completion or success, just so you know that it's like, it can't be taken. And that's not for all of you, and I'm not trying to invoke fear. All right, block out distractions. Oh, and I didn't read this one. I just got distracted. How about that? Okay, so this quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So yeah, if you were intuitively guided here, I really feel like, I know it's time to party in that holiday spirit, but maybe if you can even just spend 15 minutes with yourself, especially in the morning, when you wake up, if you can really, really take advantage of that time, your brain is still in theta. And that is those wavelengths that are just so good for going deep, but the wavelengths that you try to reach, like during meditation even. But anyways, block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. So yeah. And I like that it said responsibly, because we do have a responsibility in our life. Like, we're not responsible for the way we're treated or what happens to us per se. I mean, some of us, we've all made mistakes, I guess you could call them that, but they're also not mistakes, they're experiences. But if you want true change and in a valuable life, there comes a point where you do have to understand that things aren't your fault, but they are your responsibility to take that control, to be the emperor, to take that structured discipline for yourself. And I struggled with that even too, especially when I was going on my healing journey a while ago. I went through this feeling of, I just want to be free. I don't want to be contained. I don't want to schedule. I don't want that 9-to-5 rat race. I just want to move and wake as I do, which is hard because I am a single mother. I tell you, that doesn't always apply. But what I'm saying is that there was just like, I don't want routine. I do not want structure. I don't want to be told when and what to do. My soul just wants to be free. But the thing is that structure and routine can be a very good thing. And maybe some of you need to hear that too, because I did struggle with that. And I realized, like, no, I do need that routine back again here, because I need to do the meditations. I need to do the work. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I think that it's important too that we, as we go through this next year, that we, take moments for ourselves and really take accountability, but also to really take the time to check in with yourself. What is working? What's not working? We're constantly changing. We're constantly evolving. And that is what we're here to do. And you're going to constantly be hitting new barriers. And I think a lot of people become depressed or miserable or things like that because it's not that it's really the environment, it's just you're outgrowing your environment. And I do feel like that's very true for some of you here. It's just you're outgrowing your environment and you're ready for more. And I feel like now, you know, as I mentioned before, God helps those who help themselves. And I think that now is for those that are here, you're going to have this fire within you. And I feel like it's a gift. And I feel like if you are proper with it, if you are methodical and practical and realistic with yourself, but also that moderation, don't put pressure, don't do anything from a place of fear, I feel like you're going to have a kick-ass year. And I feel like this message is for somebody that is you're going to be having so many new blessings come in. And I really feel like karma is being restored, balanced for you too. So if things have been hard, I see that proverbial light at the end of the tunnel for you. And I genuinely feel like good things are coming for you. So remind yourself and don't be afraid to do those mantras and don't be afraid to go for it. Like I said, you know, get that bow, get that arrow and shoot bullseyes. This year is about shooting bullseyes. No more caring about what's going on around us. We can't control what's going on in the news. We can't control, the only thing that we can control is ourselves. And I think that this message is for somebody that is really fine-tuning that and getting that control. You're becoming the empire or the emperor, and you're building that empire maybe. But don't forget either to laugh. Don't forget to be grateful, because I'm telling you, laughing and gratitude and just those simple things in life, like those are keys to manifesting and to having a well-rounded and beautiful life. You know, it's important that we're not all one way, like all work, work, work. You'll burn yourself out. So yeah, this is for somebody that is bringing in structured discipline, moderation, but also beautiful blessings that you're gonna, I just know are really gonna be, I don't know, some of you are gonna remember this year forever in a really good way. So yeah, anyways, if you are still here, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your support. Please like, share, comment. I've mentioned in other videos, you know, I ideally would love to build a community for people that are just real and authentic, and you could be a light worker or a healer or another tarot reader or just somebody that genuinely wants the best for themselves but also for those around them. This place is for you then. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. If I don't hear or see, whatever the case is, I hope you have a beautiful year ahead, and I wish you nothing but God's biggest, truest blessings. Take care.